Welcome back everyone to Total War Pharaoh in Part 4 of our Amenmesse campaign. It is no longer going to be early access for you all, but I am still playing in the early access build. This will be the final episode recorded before the game launches there on October 11th. So let's dive on in. In the previous episode, we managed to go ahead and dedicate ourselves to another deity there, being Anubis. We're going to hope to try to get in a few temples to Anubis and increase our favorite him as we go along. That means we have ourselves a new royal decree to work on. And I'm thinking we grab the perpetual dedication just then. The next god slot dedication that we can grab is down here at the perpetuation or preparation against reprisal, which is probably a good one for us to go for after we can lock down our food stores. There's experienced miners, increased food production, extra diplomatic relations, and then a whole bunch of goodies for our chariots. May simply be a good idea to go for this upper path here, because we can drop construction time for management and administration buildings, and then move quickly over to dropping construction time also for recruitment and military support buildings, which will really help us in building up our provinces quite quickly. Then I think we want to start working on our third god dedication slot, where we can get those passive buffs rolling on up. It is nearly time to bring down the walls here at Neb, but I think we would like to hold for a moment. If we go for the auto-resolve, we will obviously lose our Kushite runners. Let's build up one more siege tower at least, and if they're not willing to surrender, then we'll go ahead and start the battle off and take them down. Have ourselves a proper major settlement battle. Taking the siege from here. Our other lord is currently recruiting up some more Nubian recruits. His job is going to be to cross over the border here into Tua and to take them down. However, we do have another army that's being built up in Napata quite quickly, likely with a bunch of recruits themselves. So we actually are probably going to want to pull on it south to deal with that nonsense.
I stand unbroken.
As we did lose one of our, I think we had 2 Kushite spearmen before, and now we're down to just the single. We definitely need to get him a few more infantry group, that way he can at least just throw down with any of the random armies they're going to cobble together here on very hard. We've got a bit of stone left. I think we're going to go ahead and spin that over here at Musha to get our overseer's office and really maximize our bronze production with the bronze working complex, and then we'll start saving for our main provincial line here just to get it up to tier 4 and start upgrading some of these other here. We can't get more great archers, the highest tier, Kushite armored and the Tesseti, until we get this thing up to tier 5, so it's probably a pretty good idea for us to start working that way. Don't see anything else we can upgrade or really needs to be. I'm going to look for the Great Gold Mine, and before we end the turn, let's see if anyone has any extra. We've got a ton of gold. Let's see if anyone has any extra stone to pass out. Come on in here, we look for what they're not interested in, we select stone. And we've already traded with a few of these. Let's see about Pramun, way up here in the north.
Of duty.
Fighting anyone I care about. He is currently fighting with Ramesses, so we can kind of help Ramesses by
I hear you are practically made
taking
of
one
gold,
of his
Amenmesse.
stone. He is practically made of gold. 500 of it for 10. How much do you have? 750 sounds like you're going to ask for a bit much. Let's ask for maybe 625. And he wants just 82 gold. We can make that work.
Good came of this after all.
I'm not sure you're going to be able to use that gold to save yourself. Good luck, though. Oh, Ramesses is fighting one of Nepta's trade partners. Bold strategy for becoming the Pharaoh.
For Pharaoh's glory.
Alright, guys.
Welcome, friend.
Yatahu.
This should be interesting.
Friends, I don't know if we are, but if you've got stone, we soon shall be. Let's go for 250, make it work. He just wants food? Can you just give me all of your stone, then? Yeah, let's do it.
Good.
I accept your offer, friend. You're not going to be doing any building for a while, so hopefully that's not going to be a problem.
Son of Egypt. Speak, friend, and I will gladly listen.
Okay, would you gladly give me all of your stone for 34?
Civilization is built on diplomacy.
Killing. He is a steadfast, reliable fella. Amenmesse the Usurper.
I will guide.
Working
Working
together, do you have any
we
stone
can
left?
expand our horizons.
Yes, yes. So you're starting to lack a bit, so let's go for maybe 450. Try to get that near the -11. 425. 375? That's a little bit closer. What do you want for it? 100 and... That's not bad at all. In fact, if you want bronze, I'm willing to go for a lot more. In 99 food? How much stone are you willing to give us? 700 stone, perhaps?
I see you've got
Haggling's
this
working
too.
out. We have, and we are emptying your quarries. Alright, let's get on out of here. We've got 2,000 stone now. Alright, that is proper. I may not mind throwing in a building here at Res. We may chuck in, not the Champions Hall, but whichever one that will give us actually some better frontline fighters. The recruitment ground will give us Nubian swords, Nubian spears, and the Nubian mercenary bows. What's the other one give us there? Recruitment office gives us the Nubian clubmen and the longbows. I'm actually thinking we're going to want the... How do the clubs stack up against swords, I guess is the real question. These guys wear down armor quite quickly. And at least this won't reduce our production. Let's fix up happiness, though. You know what, let's go ahead and we'll grab the recruitment ground here in Res once we're able to. And let's swing on into our next Thutmose the Conqueror action here. We're almost to the culmination, and I'm hoping we don't cause any problems being nowhere near the city of Kawa. Hire a native champion, gift to the local warlord, or harass patrols. So more fatigue buildup, or I guess less fatigue buildup for our own armies. The negative 10% with the green seems like it's a good thing. Hire a native champion for 100, or a gift to a warlord for just more swarms. I mean, more units the better. The locals fight beside you. So is this the end then? I'm not gonna click that because it's glowing and I'm worried that's gonna send us their way. I'm happy to head on down there and take down that pillar of civilization, but we've got to wait a bit. We've got to work our way back down. Unfortunate that Napata is not one of the pillars. I would really like one more siege tower before we go for taking down Teneb there.
Spirit and pride.
Right then. A few more actions. It says we've got at Pa. Probably a good idea to go for the monument just to get in some more legitimacy. So let's do it. Our free slot. While we have it. The outposts here. We may switch ISIS over to Anubis. For that morale drop for whoever we're fighting against here, but I think the extra desert attrition is great. Let's switch it over to Anubis. Because it will really drop the enemy morale, and I'm going to make sure this goes in instantly. No, we'll see how much it costs next turn.
Death to my enemies.
Perfect. Construction reminders in Napata. Oh, excellent. I didn't think we could get this sorted on out. Let's grab the maximized gold mine. Nope, let's not. Let's throw in the gold mine, a labor camp for 55 more gold. You shall now work for free. How lovely. What you've always wanted. Yeah, we'll get in the, not the Champions Hall, but the recruitment office here in the next turn, and I'm going to pay for that to go faster. That way we can actually get those troops, help us take down the other settlements to the south here. It will all depend on what this army does.
Curiosity killed the wildebeest.
And the cat. Alright, the turn is ours, and Tua has recruited more soldiers. And they've put in another fort. Man, that's a little bit silly. Going to be very difficult to bring down the settlement once more. And we don't have visuals on them anymore. Ran out just at the wrong time, didn't it? It'd be really hard for us to recover if they decide to go across Kawa to attack us. We need to keep a very wary eye on the south. But what we have to do in the meantime is attack this fort. This should bring this army on over. Got 14 lads here. We could just chuck in
for a hard job.
some elites. Gonna start putting a drain on our resources.
Line the right pockets.
If it allows us to take the settlement down, I don't mind that so much. Let's see if we can drop to Ned first.
My golden blade.
The auto-resolve would not be kind to us, but I think we can actually take the settlement down without losing too many troops. Let's dive on in and fight it. To the field. Alright, some rather boring weathering conditions, but it's probably a good idea for us to have dry weather. Because we do have missile advantage. Let's deploy. This side has a fair few towers. Let's see what is the most weak position. This definitely looks to be an undefended section of the walls. That's where we're going to attack. And they gave the towers to the 2 units that are the weakest, so that's why we would lose them, huh? You guys, get on out of there. Drop that siege equipment. Now, these runners need to be so far away that they can't even see the battle. Can't even hear it. Now, we'll leave these other 2 guys in because they're elite, and they should actually hold their own. Especially against the very, very weak and enemy forces here. Our elite recruits are going to take the towers. Whoever has the most units is really all we care about there. And we're going to grab all of our recruits. The ones that are in their towers are going to go to the very end. Everyone else coming in behind them. We're going to use the towers as shields. This is an interesting stretch of land. It's causing us all sorts of problems, isn't it? Let's stay over here behind this bluff for now.
We will succeed. Yes.
You succeed or you die, so let's hope. Amenmesse also hide behind the tower, but I don't want him in the tower on the odd chance that we manage to lose it. Nubian longbows, flanked by slings. They've got shields, so I actually want them in front. Kushite spears, we probably don't want to advance, so we'll just kind of put them behind this bluff. And then we'll bring in the bowmen as well. Armored bows sound fine. No artillery or magic to worry about, so we can stay up front. Perfect. This troops. Get them in guard mode. We'll bring our javelins over as well. Orderly lines. That'll do. We'll have all the units that are not fighting in their group. Javelin units. I don't know if we want them on guard mode or not. Let's go with no. We'll just have Amenmesse up with the melee fighters. Perfect. Quick look at our very tall siege towers here. Awesome bit of machinery. They've definitely been soaking all sorts of bits in ammonium and water to kind of stop any kind of fire arrow nonsense from catching all your men in the Tower of Flame. Let's get to it. We've got a water fountain, a palace, and a temple to capture. The temple would be healing us. That's probably the one we want to go for first.
Vengeance and victory.
Get the towers down to the walls.
Fighters of Nubia.
They're going to start rolling on in.
Time to force them into
We've got
combat.
everyone up in this top portion here, which is probably a pretty good idea. Range on the tower can't hit anyone over here, so let's bring our elite bows on around. I'll have them walk, and then we'll have the mainline lads start moving on over as well.
They're cornered like rats.
We're really just waiting for them to get to the walls at the moment. Would not be easy to push this thing. A little bit in one another's way. That's why I activated these guys first. They caught up pretty quickly. Wonder if number of units has something to do with how fast they move.
The might of Nubia.
They can fire all the way up the front there. Let's go ahead and just pull to that position. Have them walk. The towers are up in each other's way, which is a little bit... Here, you guys stop for a second. And now go.
Fight as one.
Should be spread out just far enough now.
The might of Nubia. Get
Move
it
on in.
done.
We can have the Nubian bowman
Arrows
here.
ready.
We want to save arrows. Let's go ahead and make sure everyone is on
Not our brothers.
not fire at will.
Only by command. Onward.
Alright, they're gonna start firing on us now. Get the bowman in.
Marching. Onwards.
Come on, lads, you're safe. Ish. Safe-ish in the tower.
Taking what's mine. Slow the pace. Marching.
We'll always love the guitar riffs that play as you rush on in. Looks like the siege tower has taken no fire damage, but how much normal damage? One of it is filled with arrows. Not that that would do much. We're starting to see the green switch to yellow. It's taking a lot of damage. I mean, I wouldn't mind just sitting him here and absorbing some fire. Alright, we are going to return fire on the Nubian bowman. Deal with that unit first. Of course, my slings have them deal with the Nubian bowman that are a little bit further back. Several have already dropped. Hail of arrows. That's real unfortunate. Alright, switch your targeting now to these Kushite archers. You guys both as well. They've got a bit more armor, and we'll have the slings go after you guys that don't have as much armor to them. Alright, Amenmesse's forces sprint on in. Same thing with the javelins. And the runners bring them on up. Get a bit of friendly fire with the arrows into the towers, but that's just fine. 60 recruits versus 102. Should have that one well in hand. The others are unleashed as well. Charge right in and break them. Amenmesse get into this siege tower. You guys get up in here. Absolutely not. Stand back and throw rocks whoever you can.
Into position.
Get that position there. You guys made it first. You can get in there before Amenmesse. Make sure the recruits are the ones taking the damage. Amenmesse is quite important after all. Where are my rock throwers? You guys deal with these Nubian bowmen. They're going to be your main targets the entire time. In fact, it might be just time to keep them on fire at will. Where are my other archers at? Kushite archers are being goofy. We'll bring them back and just let them have their free reign to fire whoever they want. Ambush time, come on over. A lot of enemies up there now. Amenmesse into the tower. It is now a desperate engagement from both sides.
Climb the walls. To battle.
Get some proper. This is a Nubian and Kushite civil war. A lot of the units are going to be very, very similar looking. Blue towels are the bad guys. Red towels are us. Yeah. The good news is the Kushites never miss. Also works out when you hit friendly fire. You're not missing technically. I think the bodyguard, enemy bodyguard, is actually up in there now. You guys chuck those javelins there? Or is there not enough room to arc them? Kinda hope.
Do you dare test yourself?
Alright, everyone
Unleash the storm.
focus fire on it. Chenny, I guess is his name.
Onwards.
Amenmesse is down there. You... Budahui is going to be kind of a problem. Well, if you guys found some spots to throw those, that's great. Looks like most of them are completely missing. Pull back a little bit. Although at that point they're getting shot at by the towers, let's absolutely not just take them off fire at will so they don't waste all their javelins.
Fear us.
A lot of units that aren't really able to help just yet.
Yes, I shall.
Keep chopping through them on this. We are overwhelming them on the walls. It'd be great if some of our slings could help out.
Kushites never miss.
Does look like we're able to do. Fire on these Nubian recruits as it looks like they're the most. No, it's still Chenny. He's the furthest back, or however you would say that.
Fear us!
It is a pretty chaotic brawl up in there. Hard to see really who's hitting who. Lots of blue blue hats in the back. Don't know the technical term for their headgear.
Keep pushing, brothers. Anything for
It
victory.
a little bit more than I would like. Let's bring these slings around. Let them fire. Tower shouldn't be able to shoot since no one is actually manning it, so we shouldn't have to worry about anyone taking damage.
Never falter.
Come on around.
Into position.
You guys don't launch your javelins. Bad idea. Focus these guys, and then you all come on in and try to focus the other lord.
Amenmesse.
3 Nubian bowmen there. I'm surprised they're staying and fighting.
For glory.
You guys can come on down. We can then get... You gotta come out through these 2 spots, and then come on up, surround, and destroy. Because that's not great. The towers are firing. I figured they had to be captured and held by someone and actually... order to actually work.
On the move.
Closer to the tower then, there's no reason to take free damage. You guys deal with Mutahui.
Archers.
A bit more of an angled shot on them as well.
Fight hard.
Comes Kushite spears.
Might of Nubia.
Bonk right in the back of the head.
No quarter.
Not that many recruits down there, so hopefully they can get a nice
Break their
surround.
necks.
Indeed, and break their legs.
Firstborn son.
Amenmesse, come on down and join the lads in the bottom portion of the city there. Everyone, start bothering Mutahui. Got arrows. That's not great.
Where were they hiding?
Blood has been spilled indeed. Let's just go ahead and break these remaining recruits up here on the walls.
Fight as one.
So our lads are getting overwhelmed.
Fighters of Nubia.
These dudes are out of arrows, which is not great. Slings are not, though. Not many of the enemy are in good positions to actually hit with slings.
We can do this. Fight with honor.
You're getting hit by the enemy towers. Absolutely unacceptable.
The might of
Spear runners
Nubia.
up the siege tower now.
Climb the walls.
Everyone's
We
involved.
will triumph.
Fighters of Nubia.
Walls are ours, so it's time to come on down.
March on.
You guys keep fighting. Really want our Kushite archers engaging in melee. But here we are.
Onwards.
Amenmesse.
Spear runners. Come on over and
Lead us
capture this position here.
into position.
One of you captured up top.
Onwards.
The other one from the bottom position will have the javelins up on top, and then the slings as well.
Over the walls. Do you dare
We'll bring
test
the
yourself?
archers into fight if we really need to.
Find a way
Now it's a
through.
real fight. We've broken them on the walls, and there's the victory.
Lord, protect us.
We are going to do what we can to round up these fools, and I'll catch you all on the campaign map.
Now they know how to break.
Yeah. Sweet. Try to keep this stone settlement from me. We still did lose about 364 of our units there, but we should be able to replenish these guys up no problem. Nice bit of veterancy across the board. And more legitimacy.
Occupy the city.
New gods discovered of Set,
Patience brings profit.
which if Set also has missile strength for us, that'll be another additional buff to all of our missiles, which would be great. Let's come on into the deities. I just kind of pull up all of them there. What was it that Set gave us again? Missile range? Yeah, I'm thinking that's the one. Got a combination of Isis, Anubis, and Set, and Isis can be traded off later on for maybe one of the other gods that has more combat potential, or can kind of keep us held firm against the enemies. Ptah here gives us more gold. We actually lose gold during collapse, though. Interesting. That's great, as long as you keep things prosperous for all of civilization. This might be the one we go for. Or, Osiris for additional defense. Thoth for armor and armor-piercing damage. There's a fair few options, but Isis will be great for us to just build up here and grow our empire to start. Here at Neb, they've got the Artisan's Workshop, which is just for happiness. I'm going to go ahead and remove this building. We've also got the Proving Ground for more recruitment slots and rank. That may not be a bad idea. We've got several recruitment buildings in here. Can we grab anything? Love the chariots.
Life is too
Wish I had Archer Militia is not really worthy. We'll just go for stone production then. Here we've got the stone quarry. We can go for a Temple of Anubis or to Isis. For now, we'll just grab the stone quarry. And I will go ahead and get rid of... Well, the recruitment call is not bad. We will take it out, so I can put in more options for just influence and happiness. We may leave in the Proving Ground.
I will take what is owed to me by any
One extra recruitment slot's pretty nice. As we kind of move our way down south, we should be able to kind of replenish up as we go, and we'll recruit some more elite units from either Kerma or Pharoah, see if we can make it on over. So let's replace the shrine with one to Anubis. Let's go for a religious outpost to Anubis here next to Neb. I can go ahead and speed that along pretty easily. 64 gold. And then since I don't foresee conflict with the lads to the north just yet. Oh, so someone else has a outpost or a monument in the province, but we're not allowed to. That's no good. I guess in the meantime, we can throw in an Egyptian fort. And just make sure for a lookout post, that way their lads of Neb have a few more shields in case of a siege. Looks good.
Warrior of Nubia.
What do we do over here with Tua? I don't think even if we were to attack them with a maximized force, we would be able to overwhelm.
Get away. I'm sleeping.
11 lads here total, and then the outpost reinforcements are Magi. Did not let me lock that in so I can see. We've got 3 Kushite spearmen. Actually, we can break the lines, and we can overwhelm those spearmen at the front. We should be able to get through no problem.
A world to grow old in.
So let's go ahead and recruit in
unbroken.
Kushite spearmen. 2 more archers.
Make your name or
Negative 1k food. We're gonna probably get rid of a few of our recruits once we actually do conquer Tua. We're gonna go right past the garrison here because we can ambush these guys with some recruits as soon as they show up, and they are just archers. They've got better, since they're Magi, we'll have to see what their actual stats
I'll
are.
prove myself worthy.
Let's go for it.
I live for this.
Me too.
I'll kill you.
Auto-resolve would result in a Cadmean victory, where we would win. We would just lose a lot of our troops. We are definitely going to be losing a lot of our troops in the fight. What's the settlement looking like? Very small with almost no entrances. So with their 4 spearmen, they could pretty easily lock us out. Well, that's no good. How much do these Magi get for them? 160, 34, so their melee stats are still no good. They should get run over by the Nubian recruits. A dangerous fight, I think, but we should be able to handle it. We'll overwhelm them with sheer numbers. To the field. We're gonna start off with a sandstorm. I'm gonna go for no. No sandstorm to start. We have sweltering weather, that's alright. That we can deal with. A little oasis town. This one has a tower. Hey, hang on now. You guys get a tower? Fair enough, I guess. Set up the Kushite spears and the Lord, and we should just catch them between a rock and a hard place.
Getting it done.
Really make sure they're gone. We probably don't need that many troops to deal with some archers, but
Now they cannot escape.
that is a pretty huge hit to a leadership, because they're going to count as either, I think, a captain group as opposed to a full-on leader. We'll have some of the spearmen advancing through this position,
Decided.
and we're going to really overwhelm this group with archers, so let's go ahead and have 2.
Into right. Yes, to glory.
Absolutely love the desert farm here. Awesome scenario for a battle.
Will succeed.
Okay, so we'll have a lot of our archers with this group. We can just rotate them pretty quickly if we need to.
Get it done.
Oh no, I saw a bit of the water flicker. Oh no, the dreaded flickering water's back. Definitely need to get that reported. They likely know about it.
Power and pride.
That's pretty egregious. Let's come on over to
Into battle.
this side with the other archers.
Fight with honor. Fighters of Nubia.
Alright. We've got lots of Nubian recruits to pass out, so we'll have 2 of them over here. Spread out the rest of them.
We will triumph.
We're gonna do our best.
Fighters of Nubia.
Don't have very many entrances into this small fort here. In fact, we'll have the archers go this way instead. That way we can harass on either side there. There's not a lot of area for them to hide. Alright, sweet. And I have someone knocking at the door real quick, so I'm going to jump up and grab that, and we'll get right back to the battle. Alright, we're back and ready to go. Let's get to breaking the defenders of this settlement. Begin. That tower is a bit concerning. How far can it fire? Maybe it cannot unless it's being manned, which would be great. They've got the 2 archer units. Let's kind of take a look and see what they have deployed. They got a fair few archers, don't they? They have actually spread them on out. All of the spearmen, it looks like they are all over here, so that means we need to press aggressively in on this group. Bring our spearmen up first.
Onwards.
Clubs on the side.
Into position.
Move them all in.
Marching.
We're gonna have everyone walk, that way I can better give everyone these orders.
Aim for their hearts.
We'll have them fire on the same unit, and walk to do so.
Never falter.
Move the recruits up to this position in the woods there. Actually, don't mind them sprinting on in.
Onwards.
Where did the reinforcements go? Did he just zip right past us? Oh, he did.
Into position.
I don't know how he managed to get away from our units. We'll just slow them down then with the clubmen, and then everyone else can run them over. So these 2 guys can go together. We'll bring this unit of Nubian clubmen around.
Fight with honor.
Let's bring our archers up. Get them ready to start dueling with the enemy archers across the river there.
Fighters of Nubia.
And meanwhile, I'll have our Nubian clubs move into the tall grass.
Pushing on.
Sounds good.
Now they cannot escape.
At least decided this was a dangerous idea. Gonna try to turn and run. The Jai look awesome though, don't they? Not going to save them, but they do look awesome.
Fighters of
I'm gonna bring these lads over to help out with this breaching point. Go ahead and go for the spear wall.
to battle.
We'll have you all run on in, start dealing your damage.
To victory.
We're gonna try to create rather narrow formations and sprint past this spear wall. These guys are taking fire from both of our archer units, which is perfect.
Never falter.
I guess rapid fire is already activated for them. Wait till you're a bit closer, and then that's what we're gonna activate. Go ahead and blot out the sun, destroy these Kushite archers, scoot up a little bit. You guys do the same.
Through them. For glory. We will triumph.
If you can get past those lines,
To glory.
and they sprint. You can see they have
You pay for all the
chased them off on the other side here. We have caught them,
to embarrass yourself.
but no problem. General is fighting. And this unit did sneak right on by, and now instead we go ahead and charge in and annihilate them.
Power and pride. Action. Shoot.
These archers are just going to scoot to this position while the spearmen move in. You guys all folks fire these Kushite archers here, which are getting just decimated.
Fighters of
We
Nubia.
need to spread out a little bit more. Fire. An overwhelming barrage. Move up. Over to the next group, and you spearmen, sprint on into combat if you can. Just some Nubian recruits up front here, so we're going to dive on into the brawl. These lads are on fire. They've got some
Pushing on. Fighters of
nasty help there, so let's go ahead and pull on back.
the might of Nubia. Onwards.
Have given us a way to break through, but let's go ahead and make sure we don't lose too many Kushite archers. 5 in this group, and these guys have been decimated.
Triumph.
Not great. Just pull them on away.
To victory.
I can't have these lads smash into one position. We can get them past in on the Nubian bowman there.
Of Nubia.
They should be forced to now surround, and we'll just go past and hit those archers. Perfect. All archers focus on Nephi.
Get it done. Meet your end. Into position. Fight as one.
There we go. Bring these.
Marching.
Well, we need the Nubian recruits to stay. I want the Kushite spearmen to try to surround.
And release.
May not work out as well as I'd like. Taking a lot of arrows, but they've got the
Pushing on.
medium shield. They're going to work out. So let's get into a smaller position here.
Into position. On the move.
Archers, let's go ahead and have you guys move up.
Release.
Start dueling with these Kushite archers.
Arrow.
Having their armor a little bit weakened. No problem.
Fighters of Nubia.
Exactly what we want. We get you guys to come on around.
Onwards.
Fire in the flanks. That would be very preferable.
Nubia. Never falter.
Nephi is being wounded little by little there. And we're going to bring these guys around quickly.
Fighters of Nubia.
Club and come on through.
To battle.
These guys get the rain of arrows in.
Never falter. We will triumph.
Try to get them distracted here.
Pharaoh. Marching.
Don't get into melee with them. Try to scoot past. Chase these fools off.
Pushing on.
Alright, they're taking arrows the entire way. Now, if these guys charge,
Put them down.
hit them with as many arrows as you can.
Onwards.
Try to get around behind the line.
Fighters
We're wavering a bit over here. They did bring some spears.
Fear us! Die!
Oh, stay back and fire. Move in, you're gonna have a real bad time.
Break their necks!
Alright, we've taken those two groups down.
To battle! For glory!
Those clubmen are unfortunately caught between a rock and a hard place, but these guys are being completely surrounded. Let's go ahead and get some arrows in on that group. Kushite bowmen look like they are out of arrows, which is fine. Go ahead and use your yourself to come on in and capture this final point in the back.
Marching!
Bring the archers up and around. Some
On the move!
surround fire off.
Fighters of Nubia!
These guys in on it as well.
On the move!
Move quickly, lads.
Die! Fight
You and theirs
hard!
that are sticking in and fighting for a very long
Fight
time,
Nubia!
regardless of being completely surrounded. Show them the Nubian clubs. I didn't even try to. Oh, right in the side of the head. That is gonna hurt.
To victory!
I've been completely surrounded. These guys are starting to waver, and our lord and our other clubman recruits are finally making out into the fray.
For glory!
The death of one of those lords, though, is just the best. Bring you guys back on in to capture this final point.
Pushing on!
Look like they're going to try to stop us.
Fighters of Nubia!
Just move in and chase off the final archer lord.
Never falter!
Your recruits are starting to run out of
Onwards!
arrows, though. Our ammunition has been spent.
Archers! Shoot!
Stand there. Don't advance. Hold the street while everyone else moves up. And then we'll have these recruits come on in and lend some aid over here.
Fighters of Nubia!
Wavering but fighting to the bitter end, aren't they?
This is poor craftsmanship!
Guardian down.
Fight with honor!
Move up and make them worried about it. That group is being pretty quickly overwhelmed.
Release!
Let's move on in and do some dueling with the... well, let's probably get some extra damage in on Imager.
They know
The lads definitely need some time to rest.
onwards!
Aren't going to have time to.
Archers! Shoot!
Yeah, let's go take this position. We'll fight the Kushites on the way in. They completely overwhelmed that group. We'll just bring the entire group in.
Set him apart!
Lord is doing a bit of resting. Let's go ahead and send these recruits in.
Warrior of Nubia!
Don't really have time to rest.
Never falter! Tear them apart!
We'll move up that portion of the
Anything for victory!
street. Go for the Kushite archers there. You lads come on back and help out with these few remaining archers. Scythe down by arrows. Right in the forehead. No good. Alright, let's go ahead and advance on them now.
Break their necks!
They had guard mode, we'll take it off.
My equipment!
Doesn't look like it. I think we've got them overwhelmed. Something funky going on with the hair here. It may just be very, very sandy after running around on the muck. Alright, that's another group of armored spearmen running. I'm thinking it's just the Lord left. And even he turns tail and runs. Anubis chuckles. And we claim ourselves another settlement. Yeah! Yeah! And a third one. That's right, 380 lost. We actually did quite well, even if our Kushite spearmen really didn't see all that much fighting, but where they were absolutely instrumental. Somehow the reinforcing lords snuck on away, and I'm sure that was just blind foolishness on my part, just watch them run on off. We're gonna go ahead and claim Tua without doing any sacking or anything like that. Worth more to us intact.
This land is mine.
Indeed, and now we have a
The
fort,
gods favor me.
which we likely don't need anymore. We'll probably trade this on out for something a bit more economic. That's in Tua, not Rest. There we are. I will keep in the watchtower though. That's not a bad one for now. We can move on over, grab that, and then come across to start taking out the outposts towards Hemshema. Great stuff. the negative 1,000 food is not so great.
I will
So that's
take
something we're
what
gonna have to
is
worry
due
about.
to
So we're gonna come on over to
by
Tua then.
any means.
Some of our recruits are gonna have to sadly go the way of the dodo. Can I merge any of you up? I would rather merge the not elites. There we are. Oh, turns out that's not how that works.
I stand unbroken.
You stand unbroken.
Spirit and pride.
All the time being, we'll just
Battle
kind
is my
of
calling.
combine up a few of these lads. 800 negative is still pretty gross. Bit more
Glory
replenishing.
beckons.
Get rid of one more of the units. Take that down to 700.
My time is now.
Still a lot more than I'm really willing to suffer. We may have to get rid of one more Kushite archer because they're quite expensive. For now, we'll leave them. We'll try to do some trading for food. In Tua, though, we have the lumber depot, which we're going to grab right away. Ooh, and we've also got access to the fishing village for 175. And the building's output is affected by the flood season. Okay. The irrigation ditch is affected by Shimu. Okay. We have no choice in the lumber depot before I construct this, so that's something that happens automatically because the port. Alright. And then we'll go ahead and grab in 235 as opposed to 250. This is also going to give us some growth, so we're definitely going to go for the irrigation ditch. And we'll wait a single turn before we're rushing that one. All of our gold is not really worth it. Well, that's awesome. Well, then in rest, I wouldn't mind grabbing... No, we have to stay strong. Military building is what we're grabbing next.
Amenmesse.
Amenmesse's troops could probably do with some combining. So let's do it.
Driven by injustice.
We're going to come on back towards home base.
Amenmesse. Golden Horn.
Losing the elites is unfortunate, but we're going to come back on towards home base and grab up some of the more elite clubmen from Paramesis very soon. Tier 4 will get us our excellent longbowmen, which is going to be something we need to rush down pretty quickly. Kushites are great for the up close, since they've got that rapid rate of fire, 30% less reload time. They start blasting those arrows. And the longbowmen can just really range out any other archers, which is great. Especially enemy lords. I'm thinking, do we just go all in on gold here in Hop and grab another gold mine labor camp? It's gonna make the people really not like us so much, but our influence is just fine here, so let's go ahead and grab ourselves a... Well... Yes, we'll go ahead and not grab that yet. I'd like to see what the overall influence hit to the gold mine labor camp is first. So let's instead just grab a bit more workforce growth here, the healing hall, which will work out just fine. We've got 1,000 food, 1,000 stone. Let's come on in and actually grab the stone mine for 235 stone. A fairly touchy menu. Sweet, I think that is things sorted away for this turn here. I'm thinking if we replayed this campaign from start, I would have kept the lord here that settled Hop. We would have come on out to grab one of the western desert provinces as well, just so we could have gotten some of the Livu desert tribesmen. It would have then put us a little bit more at odds with the western desert tribes themselves, but I think we could have staved that off with just a bit of gold. Legitimacy is flying along, and we have our culmination. So let's not do that because, again, I'm scared it's going to teleport us on over there. In the legitimacy pool here, the Pharaoh is higher than us, of course. So any potential pretenders have to be 60 and above. So I think as soon as that happens, at least 3/4 of the Pharaoh's total legitimacy is required to contest the crown. If someone then can choose to start a civil war, and then everyone can dogpile in then at that point. We haven't gotten there yet, but we're cruising along pretty quickly. If we get there sooner than one of our rivals and we're not ready yet, we definitely won't be immediately jumping on that that option. All right, swing on in. I think we want to come on down to here and see what our enemies are attempting. I'm thinking because actually we do still have line of sight on all of these provinces here. They could be traveling down the desert roads. They're either here or here. I think it's far more likely they're going to come across the desert to try to attack us at our home. So we'll need to be very quick on the draw in recruiting up a new lord. We still got a court action.
Be welcome in the court.
Let's come on into the first commander and we'll make a request for some elite warriors. We gain in access to the pool of elite units available to the commander until the next Shimsuhor. Great.
Use it well. I do not offer my assistance to the undeserving.
Well, hopefully you gave us some actually good units. Let's see what we got from that. For our special, we gain the Royal Kapesh Guard and the Royal Chariot Companions. See, now that sounds fantastic. Both of these sound fantastic. I think we'll probably go for the Royal Chariot Companions first. So as soon as our bronze is leveled on out, we'll grab the chariots right away. That way we actually have access to some mobility and some crushing power there. Check the rest of our reminders. We've got some unassigned skill points. We definitely can't have that.
Beware my
We're going to go for Amenmesse, the Overseer of Gold. So let's continue to work down the kind of balanced line here. I think continuing on for replenishment. We can get back in the fight. Stuff, and then lastly was here in the bay.
Power and pride.
I'm probably going to go for the same thing with him. Chief Fletcher is going to be great for extra ammunition. Now that we've got your territory under control, we're definitely going to want to go for that final point into, I guess, upkeep. And from there, we're going to start working on his fortitude. Lovely stuff.
Death to my enemies.
Death to my enemies. We're not going to activate the culmination against Colony because I'm not sure what happens. Let's make sure we have a little bit more on the replenishment pool before we activate that. And we'll go ahead and end the turn. And no, I don't want to undo my turn. Excuse me. Speaking of, that's a thing. I haven't seen this undo button the entire time. Use your entire turn. Or undoes. Huh. That's a good idea if you make a really, really bad mistake. You're up for a bit of saves coming. Okay, so he wants to trade gold for food. Honestly, are you willing to give me more food than that? That's not very much. 275? I'm not going to give you more gold, but what if I just give you less gold per turn? More, that's definitely not going to work, okay. Well, you know what? Let's go back, and we'll take the offer he gives us for now. We've got plenty of gold flowing. We could use a bit of help with the food.
An excellent idea.
Excellent idea. We need no knives in the back right now. A meta chamber of Silvertongue snakes. We've already read that one a few times. They would like us to trade our court action. Well, now that we've seen we can trade it for elite soldiers, I feel like that's a really bad call. No. You can bugger on off. Claim the capital. Your armies have marched across this land as occupiers for long enough. Claim this province's seat of power by force or guile. You are here to stay. 500 stone, which seems like a small pittance, and then 200 gold. Conquer a region focused on food, and then conquer a sacred Egyptian land. Well, the right to rule is definitely the one to go for here. 2,500 food and 2,000 or 200 gold. 2,000 would be much better. Onward. Do business. We'll have this army then. Keep an eye out for our foes. They're just building up here in Napata. He must have run on out and decided better ideas. What's going on with these fists? Is that just indicating they're enemies? Interesting. What we need to do is come on over to Zeus Outpost. Just do some sacking. Breaking of their way stations.
Battle is my calling.
Battle is my calling. Look how much goodies we get. Sacking it gives us a fair bit of all 3 resources.
Marching on.
We'll grab that, come on through, and we'll do the same here to the lookout post because it gives them some extra spearmen. Really don't want to see that. So can we do any raiding? Sadly, no. Well, in that case, let's go into March.
Into your positions.
And we'll stand right next to the lookout post.
March.
There's no one nearby unless we're really unlucky. 176 to complete this right away. I think I'm going to. And that one we'll let go. And then we'll shove in the reclaimed farmland is even better. Workforce growth and food income, also affected by Shimu.
Firstborns.
All right, Amenmesse. We're not going to grab those royal chariot companions just yet. Speed this along for the gold because we've got plenty. I'd like to be able to ping pong between the different way stations.
You have my loyalty.
Yoink. We'll head on over to this one. We'll probably just go into March, just to cover the most ground. What are you up to there, friend? I thought we were trading.
The fire of Nubia.
Yeah, see, that'd be a real big mistake.
On my terms.
You'd best not be here to take from Nubia as you have from Kush.
You'd best not be here to trespass on Musha. We're trading, but you've decided to be a fool. Alright. I'm not going to place any spies in your court, but I think we will want to be wary.
Viceroy of Kush.
So let's come on down to... Can we go into an ambush stance?
Press on.
I don't think an ambush is going to be wise. What cause
Did
do you to have
forget
come this
how
other
much
fighting
I
the
despise you?
We could join that one. Okay, he's no threat to us then.
Golden Prince.
He has his own army to face off against. Get a bit of upkeep reduction, and then we'll keep pressing on towards Musha.
Double the patrols.
Be good. Or else. Right.
The fire of Nubia.
Good business. We've got 9 pending actions. What do we got? Expired barters with Karga. Probably will leave that expired. Port action. Let's go ahead and
this is the heart of
continue to work the Vizier a bit. We'll do a bit of gossiping. I'm not willing to spend any gold.
That happens in Egypt.
All
I am
right.
sure you have impressed them.
Is that right? 5 extra workforce. That is a ton. Nope. Let's just go for more bronze. We definitely need it.
Worldly
We
warrior.
definitely need it. Get over here at Amenmesse. Can we get anything done? Oh yeah, so the camp. It dropped it by... How much? It's currently going down. Huh. Can we afford to throw in another one? We're making a ton of gold every turn. Well, let's go ahead and wait. I'd like to see exactly how quickly that's going to start dropping, or if at all. So in res, can we go for the lads yet? How many turns until that's available? I realize we keep going for food instead, and that's why it's taking so long. We can destroy all of these things on down towards Hem Shema. We should be able to crush it as Amenmesse arrives. Outpost here in Tua. Let's go for, where is it actually placing it? Here. Let's go for not Anubis, but we'll go for a shrine to Isis. And complete it immediately. Workforce growth and happiness at the same time is fantastic for newly conquered peoples, especially because we're definitely going to be having to deal with rebel armies pretty soon. Sticking up here into Neb, we want to add in some buildings. You may be very correct. appears that we can't really afford any due to our extreme lack of wood. Well, let's start chopping down some trees. Okay, well, I'm not going to do any constructing then. We'll do a bit of saving of our wood for next turn. And we will go ahead and see about ending the turn. Up here with Amenmesse.
Bloodshed is unavoidable.
Oh, is it? Alright, Tazaret, you and Seti are going to go ahead and throw down with Amenmesse. Such is the way. We need to quickly deal with Napata then. Jeffy would like bronze for stone. That actually sounds great and will secure our alliance with the Dungle Oasis. Tazaret and her random wars. We don't even have a land that is even bordering. What is that about? Seti has succumbed to Tazaret's machinations and now prepares for war with us. Such is the way. We'll deal with Tazaret and Seti in due time. For now, though, I'm out of time for today. I have been at Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub zone. I'll see you on the next one.